A second video of the 2006 22-foot Sea-Dory cruiser. Those are the twin Suzuki 50 motors that are around 330 hours, somewhere in there. Here is the starboard start battery and the electrical control system. So you have a switch for the port and starboard start, you have a switch for the house battery, and you have a combiner if one should need it. This is the port side battery. There's also a second battery tray up in there that a prior owner used to separately power his downriggers, and of course I'm not using that. This stainless tray here, or stainless bar setup, allows you to put a cooler or two in there. You could set it up to hold a generator. In any case, it pops right out with a couple of pins. This is the fuel oil separator here, and of course this has the Baystar hydraulic steering, which is an absolute necessity on this kind of a boat. Back in here are the hydraulics for the dual trim tabs, and also a bilge pump. Storage trays on both sides, a boarding ladder that works on either side, mounts on either side, fire extinguisher. This boat, being apparently a late 2006 or even an early 2007, it looks like the whole number might say 2007, but it's registered as a 2006, has the full length diamond glaze, sea glaze I guess it's called, back door, which really makes it nice inside the boat. The bimini here can be removed altogether by pulling 4 pins. I've done that on occasions if I'm towing a long distance. It snaps along the top edge of the rear cabin, and when I'm towing, for sure, I will at least unsnap it, wrap it around the rear edge here, and then there's a bimini glove that goes over that and seals the whole thing up nice and tight. The door hardware is great. It's, what is it, Swedish or some foreign manufacturer, but it's all stainless and very stout. And there's a clip here that holds the door open, locks it open when you want a fire extinguisher, of course. Then moving inside the cabin, as you can see, the windows all around make it very light and airy. And there are privacy covers that snap on or Velcro onto all of these windows, including the full-length door back here. This big hole here is actually holds a Kenyan Kiss butane stove. That's been removed and sent back to the factory for complete overhaul and regulator upgrade. So it comes back here in another 10 days or so as you know, basically a factory overhauled system. The water system on the galley gives you 2 options. By flipping this up, you can have continuous water flow, or by pushing it down, you can have it instantaneous. But it is electric. I converted the system to electric, and that's the water pump switch. Under here is my converted water supply. This is, you can see the water pump up, down there. There's the guest 3-bank battery charger behind that. I've gone to these 5-gallon tanks, and it works out really great because all you have to do with it is you pop off this little cover here on the tank, and you slip the hose on. And you aren't seeing anything while I do this, but this will give you the general idea. So the hose is on, and now it's ready to draw down that 5-gallon tank. And then there are 2 other 5-gallon tanks in there that, depending on the length of the trip, you can carry 15 gallons, or you can carry, you know, if it's just a day cruise, you can 5 gallons is more than enough. But that's a far superior to the whale pump system that used to stick out down there The dinette is set up so you have a port side forward facing seat. You have the dinette with a fold up table here, and then you have a convertible seat here that if you slide it all the way forward and change the seat back around, then you have a seat facing the rear of the boat. In this position it's facing forward for the first mate, navigator, or whoever wants to sit there and watch what's happening. This is the control station, dual controls, and this is pretty cool. You have the opportunity to, you can trim either engine separately using the separate engine trim controls, or they will synchronize in this position, so either one of these will tilt both engines at the same time. And the safety strap and 2 starter switches, of course. It has the 2 tacks, 2 battery charge indicators, 2 trim indicators as well. This is the electrical panel that controls everything in the boat, the DC part. Down here is the trim tab indicator and the trim tab controls and the windlass control down at the bottom. Carbon monoxide detector as well. This is the Raymarine navigation, radar, and depth finder display system, as well as the Raymarine MMSI compatible VHF radio. It'll take an MMSI number, but the problem with that is that if I put it in, the next guy that puts it in has to send the radio back to the factory and to have that number erased and put in. So it's still awaiting its first use. Let's see, it's got the stainless steel bars here on the inside, grab rails, all interior LED lighting. We made that conversion, and of course the high top cabin, which is really high top. You have to be well over 6 feet to feel like you have to hunch down at all. There's lots of storage underneath where the water tank used to be. That's part of the reason we went to this different water system, was in order to have storage, better storage. 2 sea level props in there, plus a lot of storage that goes to the right and left of those props. And there's another storage bin under here, under this facing seat here, to keep lines and things in. And then there's another storage bin down there. There's also a storage bin here underneath the helmsman's seat. Porta potty goes back under there, and the boat will have a new porta potty come with it when it's sold. All of these pieces here are the camperback curtains that zip in to place. So it's a nice roomy place in here. Momar hatch up above, and I've got bug screen for that, so we leave that open at night in most places. And as I said, it's based our steering, hydraulic steering, which is very, very, very nice and really important. You wouldn't want to use push-pull steering in one of these boats. Let's see, what else is of interest? I guess that is about it for the inside of this boat. It is a utility interior, but very comfortable. Every time we've used it, even in the heat of Lake Powell, 100-degree temperatures outside, these screens come open, the windows slide open, screens go back in place, and so you have lots of good ventilation. And oddly enough, I've found that with a hardtop boat, this front opening window open and the back door open it never builds up heat on the interior. So that's about it. Simple, straightforward, very good condition boat at the price it's listed for. So if you're interested, you've seen what this sea dory is all about. Thank you.